Does the news today make you wanna hurl? And when you flush a poop, do you watch it swirl? It should be easier than trying to spell squirrel. It's Cory and Nina against the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wild and crazy episode of Cory and Nina Against the World. This is episode number 4, and I think that is just dandy.
It's super duper dandy, and we are so excited. We've had so much fun putting these 4 episodes together. Our audience keeps growing. We're so excited to see that people are responding well to it. I think we just have 1 thumbs down. So everybody go.
Who is that? Let me find out.
Idea.
People get real gangsta from behind their keyboards. Let me tell you.
For all the people that don't know, we are remote still due to the everlasting pandemic that has been, how long has it been, Cory?
I don't even know anymore. It is just so evil that this plague has come upon us. I cannot. It's the kind of thing that like you want to be over, but you can't be over it because
No, you have to play by its rules.
It's a very serious thing. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't even know. I think it's been a year or almost a year since we first adjusted to life with coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because as we enter into our news segment of this episode, I think that we really should talk about the how coronavirus has impacted our lives. Being as your boyfriend is somebody who's on the front lines, my mother is a nurse, yet it's still something we have not a lot of knowledge about. And I feel like a lot of people are just deciding that they're fed up with it because it's been so long.
And I understand that. I've definitely had my moments of weakness. As I talked about in the first episode of this podcast, at the end of the month, I was shooting for New York Pride. I just did that photo shoot, by the way. I think it was last week, early in the week. And I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. And it's one of those things where like, I look at New York Pride, it's like it's an amazing thing for me to get behind because I love Pride so much. It has meant a lot to me in my life. So like when the opportunity came about for me to actually model for the whole campaign, like to have my face in the advertisements for New York Pride, I was like, that's beautiful. Like I wanna be that face. And I took the risk, you know what I mean? Of course they had precautions laid out, such as like everybody having to turn in a negative test result before coming in. But even that, as we've learned, is not a fail-safe when it comes to this virus, because it's like you have to get after your exposure, your test after having spent like 3 to 5 days not knowing if you have the virus or not. That's the time at which you can actually get tested. And of course, when you go on site to get these tests, you're at risk again. You're at risk again to actually get the virus. You're actually going to the place where people quite possibly might have it. To deter people from getting tested. I really think it's important that we follow all of these guidelines as close as we can.
I think what people are experiencing the most is that going to get tested when you're feeling fine is basically a roulette, So if you feel fine and you test positive or negative or whatever, like, because you're going to a photo shoot or because you have to go into work or school or wherever it may be, you really can never know because it's still this mystery illness until, you experience actual sick symptoms. And then it's just like, shit, what could this possibly be? That being said, your homegirl tested positive for coronavirus this morning. And I thought it was really important to share with the rest of the world because I've had so many questions about this the entire time. I felt like I was being absolutely positively safe, or as best as I could, the entire time. I would like to consider somebody who is looking out for others more often than they are looking out for themselves. And so it was quite like an upsetting shock to me. And it was really heartbreaking to have to tell my family and my coworkers, the people in my little unit, that I come in contact with every day. And I think that a lot of the biggest thing, more so than the sickness, not more so than the sickness, but a close second to the sickness, is that people are taking some heavy hits mentally over this guilt of hurting their circle and the people around them, and it's horrible.
Mental health is huge here, and it goes beyond that too. The anxiety levels that people are experiencing as a result of this virus being about, and the potential threat it could pose on your loved ones, and you.
Yeah.
Is just insane. So it's taken a toll mentally. Take a moment to check in on your mental health, everybody, and give people grace in this time when you're out in the world and you are coming in contact with people who are just at their wits' end. We have to do a good job of giving people grace. My boyfriend, as you said, is a healthcare worker.
Yeah.
So he's dealing with these people every single day. He works in pharmacy, right smack dab in the middle of NYC. And
like, literally
every day for him is such a test. And the people that he has to relate with, a lot of them mistreat him. He tells me horrific stories of how people take him for granted, really, and just, but what he says to me, and this is why I'm able to say it to you now and to everyone, what he says to me is that like people are anxious at a new level. We have to be able to empathize in this moment and not like become
point
aggressive
fingers or say it's somebody's
Yeah.
fault or whatever, because it really is like, and I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm defending. I at this point, because it has been a year, I know many people who have gotten coronavirus, as I know you've known many people
Yep.
who have gotten coronavirus, and it slowly but surely is becoming this big elephant in the room that we have to just deal with. And we might as well live with it, as opposed to, obviously we have to fight the good fight and take our precaution, but, we really have to be strong for the people that are going through it. And
Absolutely. Yeah, not shying away from the real threat that it is. Double mask. Like, wear your freaking masks. This shouldn't even be a debate at this point, because I'm tired of coronavirus. Like, we have to do what we can to come together to get over this, right? So even if you're over it, I understand. Like, we're still very much in it, and we have to be aware of that. I'm proud of you, Nina, for talking about it, for sharing your story with it. I am, because I know you talked to me a bit before we actually sat down to film this, and you were a bit scared.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is so unfortunate. That's so sad that we have to be scared to talk about this.
I mean, like, as after this Nina Burns cries, like, I cried, and I just felt really badly for like letting myself down and
Right.
potentially others down for not being safe.
Yeah.
But I was doing the best that I possibly could while trying to keep a roof over my head.
Yeah. But what I want to say to you, Nina, is like, good on you for talking to the kids about it. You're a regular Tom Hanks in your way.
What a good.
And I really do appreciate that you are destigmatizing the conversation.
Oh, thanks.
In this way.
Yeah. If anybody's curious out there, I have a kind of a congested cough at the moment. I'm not really experiencing any sort of drastic symptoms, which is why I'm able to do the podcast today, which I'm super excited about, that I'm not, held up in my bedroom, or, well, I am quarantining, but I'm not feeling like I need to hide from the world. I'm here and I want to participate, and I'm feeling good about that. So Speaking of coronavirus, though, I know that you kind of have a new music video coming out that kind of
No, it's out. It's out now.
It's out now.
I know.
I still remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor.
Please check it out. It's actually sort of a social commentary on what's going on in the world today with regards to coronavirus. A lot of us are at our wits' end with being apart from one another. And for me personally, like nightlife was a big part of my life before this thing went down. I know it was for you too. And I just miss being in public spaces with people and dancing to music. Of course, I dance in my living room. Like, trust me, I look like a crazy fool on a day-to-day. It's in my underwear, but I miss getting cute and I miss feeling the energy of a crowd. There's something about that. So dreaming on the dance floor.
Could you imagine, like, could you even imagine, like, being covered in somebody else's sweat?
Well,
Like,
now, as
it's a completely new world.
I was gonna say, it's a sad truth that now I shudder at the thought.
Shudder.
I'm so scared. I think we'll get there again. And so the song is really meant for people to be able to dance alone together. You know what I mean? I think dance bops are important now because we're still sharing energy. Like, make no mistake, like we're still in a shared experience when we dance. It's just that, I don't know, there's just some magic about the spontaneity of a crowd in real time.
We should totally have a Cory Nina Against the World Zoom dance party.
That's a great idea. If y'all are down, like, I would really love to do that. I think that's good for the soul.
You and I will DJ. We'll take
We could.
We'll
Oh
take
my
requests.
gosh. I would love that so much.
Okay, we'll definitely do it 100%. I mean, there's no like if, ands, ors, or buts about it.
Can I also make a quick request in addition for our listeners?
Yes.
Okay, so this crazy theme song that plays before our show. It's crazy. We would love it. I would love it if y'all would make like your own version of it. Our musicians, like people who play with Pro Tools or even GarageBand, whatever you want. If you want to get creative and remake our theme song, we will play it at the beginning of our show for one of our episodes, or maybe 2 or 3 or more. I want unique genre, like differentiation. Like I sang a gospel soul version of it on my Instagram and it was funny as hell. Like thinking about poop, like riffing to high heavens. Yes, Nina. Give it to me.
And when you flash a poop, do you watch?
Wait, yours was so like Kylie Minogue. It was like, will you feel when you flash? I don't know. But then she plays the bottle. It's like Lizzo when she plays the flute.
If only. Oh my God, Lizzo as Sailor Moon is just a forever mood.
Lizzo is so talented and dope, and like that's the vibe. That's the confidence like we all aspire to attain, and like that's a goddess.
It's so funny
You know
because
what I
her
mean?
Instagram is all like twerk video, next posted video. Let me guide you in a meditation.
I know. I like the ones.
Lighting incense, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just saw your ass like 3 seconds ago.
I like the ones where she laughs when she's leaving. She's on a jet ski and she's like,
Bye, bitch!
driving off into the sunset. Like,
She's
in the-
so good.
what in the world? I love her.
I love her too. Oh my God.
We need energy like that in these times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay, well, we what we like doing is diving into a little Q&A section. I also would like to add that I've been gifted some little snacks from all around the world from Munch Pack. So I'm just gonna eat weird candies throughout this episode and probably make a ton of faces that don't make sense to what we're talking about. But that's gonna happen.
If there's one you particularly enjoy, I think,
I mean, these are like ketchup flavored Cheetos from
That sounds nasty.
Israel. So I'm gonna dive into some questions from our fans from our last episode.
Yeah.
That'll be super fun. Okay, this one is from Brianna Milliken. Asked, did anyone in the house have strange diets or exercise routines? Yeah.
Who?
Weren't the boys like lifting flower plants and chairs and random shit at one point?
I don't recall.
I
would have had none of that. I ran on a treadmill a lot. I'm trying to think of what people did.
I mean, if you want to talk about a weird workout routine, I didn't do a damn thing. So.
I love you. You hula hooped.
Whoa. I don't know how this is gonna be with the heels on, but
I hula hooped.
That's hard. I can't do it.
With like a half a pound hula hoop.
Oh, I jump roped. I used to love jump rope, and I would do like doubles. I won the jump rope challenge too in Bali on Top Model.
There's a part 2 to this question. Have you experienced anyone close to you in the modeling world struggle with that? Wow. Okay. What are your eating habits, such exercise routines like now? Wow.
Yeah.
I like this question. I really do. It's a really honest question.
Yep. And you know what? The truth of it is, yes, I know a lot of people who have struggled with eating disorders in the fashion industry. That stereotype has some truth to it. I have experienced it myself. I'm not going to lie. When I went to London, that trip that I spoke so fondly about with you, it really took a toll on me and my mental health because I was not eating. I thought that might be the answer to remedy my rejection, and it was the only thing I could think of. So I just stopped eating, and it was easy because I didn't have a whole lot of money at the time, and I was dangerously thin. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to hold myself up, I remember I got kind of hit by a car, like because I was in a daze because I hadn't eaten.
I got kind of hit by a car?
Yeah, and I say kind of because I like rolled off of it, like action movie style. I'm not even kidding you. Like, well, in London, they drive on the opposite side of the road. I was looking the wrong way, and I was like, "Oh, clear." Car comes, and like I was like on the side, and like I like spun, right?
I don't mean to laugh. I'm one of those people that laughs when nervous.
I feel like, okay, anyway. So my knee is like gushing blood, but I didn't know because I had long pants on. I'm headed to a model casting, of course. This is one of the only castings where they liked me enough to want to try the clothes on me. That's a good sign. If ever you're in a go-see and the designer says, oh, go to the back and try something on and then come out. So I was excited because, for all the rejection I received, this was the one moment where somebody actually wanted to dress me. They put me in these shorts and I walk out to I walk out to the casting director and whoever was flanking him. They were in shock and horror. They were looking at my leg and I was like, what's wrong with my leg? I looked down, I see the blood. I was like, oh, I got hit by a car on the way here. Like, and they were like, that's kind of punk rock.
Psycho.
No, they said that's kind of punk rock. But thank you. That's it. Thank you. And I didn't get the job.
But what the fuck?
I didn't get the job. I think it's because they were afraid that I was like at risk of getting blood on their clothing or something. Yeah.
They would have hired you sans car accident for sure.
Well, they didn't. So that's that story. I don't know why I don't know why.
I mean, it's not every day you get hit by a car. I mean, hello.
Because I was so thin. I was so thin that I wasn't mentally all there. You know what I'm saying? So it's scary. Like I wasn't actually in my body. And so eating disorders are like a really dangerous thing beyond what you might think. You know, you could pass out in the most inopportune of times. It's important that you put your health first so that you don't have an experience like that. That is ridiculous and wild. And it didn't pay off. I like I said, I didn't get the job. And I've known friends, as I'm sure you've known friends, Nina, who've dealt with it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's true horror stories. I know for myself, you know, there's so many people that say, regardless of stress or breakups or anything traumatic that happens in their lives, whether that be modeling or whatever that may be, they are on one end of the spectrum. They either eat their feelings or they have no appetite because of their feelings. And I'm on the spectrum where I just eat. So, you know, I guess you could say that I'm lucky because I've always had a healthy looking figure due to my metabolism. But during the time that I was in Hong Kong, which I explained in the last episode, it was pretty traumatizing because what I experienced there was that my measurements were in my contract. Measurement requirements were in my contract. So in red, like bold red. And if I exceeded those measurements or the weight that I was meant to meet that week, I was refused my pocket money for the week, which meant that I couldn't eat that week.
Which meant you would lose weight.
Which meant I would lose weight. And that
is so sick.
Yep. And it happened to me. And I think I was the skinniest of my life when I was living in China. I think I would say I'm about 125-ish pounds now. I was 108 pounds in Hong Kong. So,
your Hong Kong was my London. That's so crazy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and you know, I've experienced model friends. I had a friend who was on Accutane and had an eating disorder, and she would pass out every day and pretend like it was totally normal. And it's a wild thing to witness. If everybody's more vocal about how necessary it is to take care of your wellness as opposed to your you know, visual idealism, it's so much better. Like more people need to talk about it and just be like, these foods are good for you, instead of being like, this is my ideal body type. It's just like everybody's different. And
yeah,
obviously it takes time to appreciate your body, but like your body's a temple.
On the good ship, lollipop.
Well, this is why I talked so much about self-validation, right? You got to know that you are right, fine, and beautiful. Whatever your circumstance, whatever it is you're trying to do in life, the only way you're ever going to succeed is if you validate yourself on your terms and don't outsource for that shit and let somebody else tell you that you need to change what is inherently natural to you. You have to focus on feeling good and being you, like 100. I didn't think that I'd be talking about this today, but as we said, y'all are steering the ship and you asked. So I'm glad that we had this conversation. Nina, I love talking about this stuff with you. I love you.
I love you.
This is so fun. I love our show.
It gets real, and
yeah.
So what if it gets super Barney and whatever? We're just like friends and we're hanging out. And
I know, but the thing is, it's not Barney. I wish it was Barney. Oh my gosh, it's not. It's Corona. It's the opposite. So what we can do, all we can do to like talk about things positively and like find the silver lining and paradigm shift to get us where we need to get so that we can thrive. And that's what we're here to do. That's what I'm here to do. Shit.
I'm here to thrive. I am here to take this shitty situation and turn it out.
And
you
so
ready
you
for
shall.
another question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Kenna Kelly would love to see you guys play Who's More Likely To, and also make it a drinking game. We got you. We
Okay,
love
how do you play? How do you
drinking.
play? I don't even know the game. Well, I'm assuming it's like who's more likely to do.
Yep.
Blank.
We'll probably have to like that would actually be really fun. Maybe we'll take a poll on our Instagram and just be like submit questions, and we'll just like we'll have a hat out and we'll just pull things out like
That's funny.
who's more likely to. There's another question.
Okay.
What's it like being a twin? I'm assuming that's towards me.
I ain't a twin.
And then there's like a part 2. Do you look like your mom or your dad? Okay, so to answer the first part, this question is so funny to me because I was born a twin. I have a twin brother named Nick.
Who works on our show?
Insert photo. He works on our show. He's absolutely positively great. But I've not known what it's like to not be a twin. Mind you, though, I'm a Gemini Cancer, so I have these like natural empathetic feelings. So call that like twin empathy or whatever they call it, maybe. But yeah, sure. If he's in pain, I feel his pain, maybe.
I love it.
But yeah, no, I don't. It doesn't make me feel any different. I don't know any different. Cory, who do you look like, your mama or your papa?
Oh, I really do genuinely look like a combo. My mom is Nigerian and Congolese, and my dad is German and Italian. So I'm half black, half white.
It's a really beautiful mix.
And I don't look really more like either of them, but they are just both the most beautiful humans ever. I
It's
love
funny
my
because
parents.
I do think
so
that
much.
you do look like a product of your parents.
Yeah.
As
me too.
opposed to like looking like one or the other. I think
that's true for you too, though, right?
I don't know. I feel like you've met my dad on FaceTime. You've met my mother.
Yeah. Who do you think
Yeah,
you look
I would
like
say I'm a product because
more?
my mom is like 5'2", and I'm much taller than her. I would say that like probably more so my mom. I have my mom's nose and I have her little pea head and
Who's got your eyes?
white skin.
I love your eyes. I know everybody loves your eyes.
I think I don't know. I don't know. It's funny, like I think because I have such a small head that they look bigger, but my brother and sister, that's like the real truth about it. But I think my brother and sister both have like relatively big eyes also, but my mom and my dad don't have big eyes. So I really don't know where it comes from, like at all.
It's cute.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Brianna Milliken wants to know if you have certain workout or food choices or skin routines. Want to hear more about what makes you you. Ooh. It's like a same but different question. I like this.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Sure. My normal routine, I guess, as far as like makeup goes, I use a makeup, it's called Makeup Breakup. I forget who it's by. It's amazing. I love it. I am the biggest advocate by telling people that a good makeup remover is the best thing you can invest in for your skin. Because I'm at fault for wanting to sleep with my makeup on like a ton of the time because I'm too lazy at the end of the night, and it really is something that takes a long time for somebody who like wears a lot of eyeliner like I do. So it's kind of this like oily cleanser, and you kind of just rub it all over your face and it just washes off, and it's the most brilliant thing ever. It really is. I eat whatever I want I try to stay conscious about like really what's good for me and really what's not. Like I'm not out eating McDonald's every day, but I definitely don't overdo it, I feel. I don't know. What about you?
I don't normally wear makeup, especially during the pandemic, but when I do, like when it's actually life as usual, like business as usual, whatever, and I'm going out and I want to, I will put a base on, I get myself like clean and spray with an Urban Decay setting spray, like a mattifying setting spray.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love everything just like sitting and like looking natural. And if I want like a highlight or something that makes me look a little bit more dewy, because I know sometimes with a matte finish, you can look just dry and crusty, is I'll take like a little bit of like Vaseline, like the tiniest bit, so that it doesn't even look like it's there. And
Yeah.
just be like, ooh, cheekbone highlight. Da 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 da, magical. Yeah. And then I'll finish my look with like, I don't know, reds and browns around my eyes.
You love that heroin chic look.
I'm doing some of that right now, actually.
Yeah.
I do love that. And then like a light mascara, because my eyelashes are already pretty long on that one. And then just lip balm, and I'm out. Just some moisture. But in terms of like maintaining my cleansing, I just use Cetaphil. I just use Cetaphil and warm water and then follow it with cold water so that my pores close a little bit. And then I just like moisturize and go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like simple, like as far as modeling goes and as far as sitting in a makeup chair and listening to tips from different makeup artists, like simple goes a long way. Like you don't have to invest in these like crazy products as much as like the media tells you do, because your skin will actually break out more if you switch out different products, because your skin's just not used to it and is wanting to keep up. So find a routine that works for you and just stick to it. Fail safe.
That's the thing. You can't compare routines and be like, oh, mine's better than yours. Like, no, your skin builds a relationship with the routine. You know what I mean? So you have to just figure out what it is for you, because we're also very different. And then just do that religiously. Then you'll be great.
Jessica Olsen wants to know, how have you survived quarantine? Any big life changes or lessons learned?
Wow.
I'm going to take this one away.
Go ahead on.
Quarantine. I'm just going to be straight up and honest. I am in a position where I do have to go to work 3 days out of the week, and then 2 days a week I am remote. So surviving quarantine, it's funny because I want to say that I am lucky that I get to leave the house, but I'm putting myself at risk every single day. As you all know, I'm experiencing the coronavirus as of now, but what I have learned as a result of it is that you really just have to pick your battles, so that we can all stay safe. I've gotten really into crafting. I just bought like make your own pot holders. Like I am so ready to just like hunker down, and like coming out of this, okay, I need to see these people so I can get my work done for the day. Don't be feeling down on yourself because you're not at a cool party on Friday night. Like we're gonna be here, and that's kind of why we're starting this whole thing, is because quarantine effing sucks. So we just want to hang out and make the best of this shitty situation.
Let the church say amen. I like totally resonate. For me, all of my work is now remote. I do everything via Zoom. All of my meetings, my college talks, I give over Zoom. My sex ed nonprofit I work with, I teach over Zoom. Really everything. Like I said, the Pride shoot, that was a rare occurrence for me. Just staying in. it's hard. It's hard when you're somebody who just appreciates human energy so much and you just want to go be in it. You know what I mean? It's really hard.
Absolutely.
I play a lot of video games. I immerse myself into fantasy. I love fantasy. It keeps my spirit alive and thriving, even if I can't have real physical experiences out in the world.
What are your favorite games right now, Cory?
I love Dragon Age Inquisition. I love Baldur's Gate 3, but that's not really out yet. They're running that on early access, and I'm a super nerd, so they're letting us do like kind of a
the demo
test run.
Of it, yeah.
It's not even actually. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I have a group of friends who I meet up with once a week to do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am a high elf in that. What else have I been doing? Art making, right? We're making art. I'm making music. I have released a few independent projects already throughout the pandemic. Shout out Dreaming on the Dance Floor, again, my single with Rena, who I want to have on this podcast because I think she'd be a fabulous guest. Also, Touch. I had my song Touch placed on The Young and the Restless, the soap opera.
It's so cool.
So that happened during the pandemic as well. And that's been giving me some money because they keep on playing it every time a sexy bar scene happens. When two people are like flirting at the bar, you hear lost before your touch. You start to hear touch. Yeah. You can find all my music on Spotify, by the way. I don't know if I've said that on our podcast yet. Please go to my Spotify. Yeah. That's everything. That's my quarantine.
What kind of music you like, Cory?
Oh, just about everything, really. But there are some select artists who kind of like inspire me deeply with how they compose songs. I find the alchemy of song making like super, super just magical. You know, it's the closest thing that we can get to magic, I think. And Corinne Bailey Rae is an amazing songwriter. Beyond just like the girl, put your records on, that beyond that jam, like her records are like really depthful and beautiful. Like she experienced her husband dying and wrote a damn album about it. And my heart.
I am forever jealous. Like if I could be anything in the world, I would want to be a musician genuinely because
really?
I'm just jealous that like people who have gone through tragedy have an outlet that they can like pour their tragedy into and make something beautiful. Like, damn.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about that. That process, that grueling creative process, when you're actually drawing from real life painful experience, it's as if you're experiencing the pain amplified as you're creating whatever you're creating. The healing doesn't come like until after you're done, really.
I mean, I guess I do listen to interviews from musicians and they're like, every time I perform this damn song, it feels like I have to relive this moment that was so hard for me. So I get that.
Yeah, no, but I love what you're saying about being able to turn something negative into something, well, maybe negative or maybe beautiful, but just like dark and like something shitty, and making something beautiful out of it. Yeah. Anyway, Corinne Bailey Rae, love her. Love Imogen Heap. Love Beyonce because you better.
Queen Bee. Because you better.
And so many more. I gotta give shout outs to my boy George, my Freddie Mercury, my I love David Bowie. Like
yes, David Bowie, I believe, is my father, mother, alien parent. Probably both of ours, if yeah. I think we're children of David Bowie for sure.
What about you though? Beyond, yeah, I love that. That's probably where we meet. Actually, that's how we became friends. No, I'm just kidding.
I think so.
Yeah. And then what about you?
I mean, I'm an emo kid at heart. I'm not afraid.
Yes, you are.
I'm not afraid to say it. I get down to my playlist from like 2012 still. But I don't know. I have really shared favorites. As you can see, I've got like an Elliott Smith portrait over here, which is just super emo. I love Modest Mouse, which is just super emo. I love I love music that, like, I separate my music. When I'm home and I'm in my thoughts, I listen to a certain kind of music always. If I'm out dancing, I listen to dance music. I never listen to dance music while I'm at home, though. I like definitely compartmentalize music, if that makes any sense.
Not even in coronavirus age?
I need to dance more.
Well, that's all our time for today, kids. But we hope you enjoyed another wild and crazy episode of Cory and Nina Against the World.
We know that. We did. We enjoyed it. We're here.
I enjoyed it.
Every Wednesday, doing the damn thing. And literally, as you could tell from this episode in specific, we're just here talking to you guys. That's what we want to do. We want to hear what you want to hear from us and give it to you guys. So keep it coming, because this is so fun.
Yeah, we're really all in on the conversation together. We want to keep an open rapport with you. And it's so hard to respond to all of your DMs. So this is a great way for us to just get a conversation going amongst all of us. Because y'all are like-minded. It's one thing I'm picking up. When I talk to like the people who follow me, I'm like, y'all are children of myself. Same, you are just like me, and you're just like one another. So there's a community here. I know it.
No, it's definitely something super, super beautiful. And we cannot wait for you guys to tune in next week. Don't forget to do all the silly things that mean a lot to us. Like, comment, subscribe. Please do it. It helps us get to talk to you all.
News today make you wanna hurl, and when you flush up poop, do you watch it swirl? It should be easy.